Hello, viewers. I've played Clone Drone in the Danger Zone for about an hour now, and it's an arena combat game.
This game is in early access. Everything is subject to change. Viewer awareness advised.
I'm going to get shot down this tube, take an elevator, and get right into the combat. There's no joking around with the combat. This is endless mode, as you saw me click. There's an endless mode, a combat mode. I am officially dead already. That was fast. So you're a robot, but you have a human brain. It says your human name when it starts off, and the human brain's inside this robot body, and you get to try and defeat other robots. That's pretty much the gist of the game. It's obviously supposed to be ridiculous. It is super silly. Just to put like an extra point onto that is the guy. Oh, look at that guy's hopping around on one foot. I chopped off his foot, or his friend did. To put a point onto the humor are your robot commentators in this thing. Oh, come on. That guy's not dead? There we go. So you can see the robot announcers up there in the middle of the screen. They're talking, and the crowd goes wild. I mean, they nailed the dry robotic humor in those guys. They're funny. Apparently, there's over 7,000 lines that they can say, which helps to really make sure that it's not monotonous, them just like repeating over and over again. It could get super repetitive and boring and terrible if they didn't have as many lines as they did. Luckily, they do. They have plenty of lines, and it's very dry humor, which works for robots. So it's probably, I'm sure it's not that easy to write. Crap! It's probably not that easy to write, but it makes it a little bit easier. And they can use a voice synthesizer to make the lines because they're robots. So the developer kind of gets not a pass, but it's a very smart move, I want to say, to use robots to have the voice synthesizer, knows voice acting, and have robots dry humor. It just works really well, and they're very funny, and I like it quite a bit, actually, especially when they talk about the Spidertron 5000. Oh, the Spidertron 5000? I mean, I think it's very funny. So, yeah, like I said, there is a story mode, and you get to place in this combat arena, but there is an actual story after you complete the first round. I don't know if it's supposed to be a surprise. It says story, so you'd think that there is going to be a story, right? But there is a real story. I just wish it was interwoven a little bit more into the actual gameplay, like between level to level or something like that. It's kind of a surprise when you see the story, and surprise, there is a story in this game. You know, I guess they could have gotten away with not having the story at all, but I'm glad it's here. I'm happy it's here, and it works well, so I'm happy about it. These hammer guys are really tough. But yeah, the combat is really good. I've gotten a lot better the more I've played. I've gotten pretty good at the game. You should have saw them when I first started playing. So there is like a real combat system here. You do get better as you play. There are obviously tactics. There's tactics you can employ to get better or to become better at the game and win. Yeah, so the combat here is really good. It gives you a ton of feedback. There's a lot of feedback. There's a lot of like limbs getting chopped off. There's light when you hit with your sword. So it's just very obvious what's going on. The guy is a joy to control. He's really nice and easy to control. Everything is very easy to, like, I know exactly what's going to happen. Especially, and moves like that just make you feel awesome. I just chopped those two guys in half. So the combat here, the system is very good. They really nailed it. I mean, the whole game is around the combat, so I wouldn't be telling you about this game probably if the combat sucked. So you should just take my word for it. It's a good combat system. Feels good. Yeah, and like I said, the feedback. It's really nice when you can when they do the slowdown at the end, the last guy. It just feels correct and good. And this stage is weird. I've never seen this stage before. Oh my god. This is going to be a nightmare. So, yeah, there is something, though, that is kind of annoying, is that you don't heal between rounds. I find that to be kind of annoying. Sometimes your foot gets chopped off and you can't, there's nothing you can do about it. You kind of just hobble back to the beginning. Damn, that was hard. You kind of hobble back to the beginning and you have to ride the elevator back down and get your upgrade. You can quit and go back in and it'll heal you up, but I hope the developers fix that. You really should be healing between, not necessarily because you need the leg, and it is funny that it happens. It's good that it happens, but just for your time wasted, really.
This is bronze.
So yeah, you saw the upgrades. There's a lot of different upgrades that you can get. Many different kinds. You can get the hammer if you'd like hammers. You can get bows and everything. One upgrade though, the Jetpack is not that useful. I haven't found a good use for it yet. It makes it seem more like for running away or just kind of rushing across the map. It doesn't seem like it's... oh man, that's lame. I was hoping for more of like a dodge or like a quick jump to the side or something like that. That would be, I think, much more interesting to add. It would add more to this combat system than the Jetpack currently does. It's not bad. I just haven't found a good use for it yet, and that just might be me. I'm really curious if someone does get to play this game and what they think of the Jetpack. I'd be really interested to know. The hammer, I know why it's good, but I am terrible with that. I don't know why the Jetpack is good. So there is a Twitch mode, which so you can play, and the people on Twitch can spawn monsters. I think that's a great idea to add multiplayer to a non-multiplayer game. Very smart of the developers to add that. It's pretty cool. Hopefully they can come up with more systems like that, though. Here's the Jetpack. I'll just grab it just to try it out. Hopefully they come up with more systems like that to add multiplayer to the single-player experience. That's always cool to see. Very neat. The early access is, they expect the early access to see, I mean, that's when am I going to do with that Jetpack? I mean, it allowed me to race by, but for what cause? Anyway, so yeah, the early access is, I can't block arrows. It's supposed to be by the end of 2017. That's what they plan to finalize their early access period by. And they expect to add more story, which is great because that could be included. I think, like I said, interweave the story into the actual, like, between rounds or something like that. But more story would be great. Could be an interesting situation with the way that they set it up. And they expect heavy iteration. So if you're the type of person that wants to be involved in a game like this, it does sound like the developers are open to that and will be interested in listening to the community. So it's pretty exciting. I think this game has a lot of potential. It is very fun. I've enjoyed my time playing with it, and I've had a lot of fun playing it. Yeah, it's pretty good. The system for attacking is very useful. It's very fun, and I like it. If you've watched this far, thank you very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Hey, how's it going? If you like this game, then I was just sharing out this video so other people can also find out about the game. And if you like this video, subscribe. That really helps out the channel and I really appreciate it. Thanks.